Second. We start, however, with the Draymond Green story. Okay, look, he kicked Steven Adams the other day. It was a flagrant 1. Upon review the next day, it was upgraded to a flagrant 2, but no suspension. Joe Borgia is the senior VP of replay and referee operations for the NBA. Joe, thanks for spending a couple of seconds here with us. Just tell me this, how close did Draymond Green come to not playing in this game?
Well, I'm sure, Ernie, I'm sure it was very close. This was not an easy decision by the league office. You know, we have investigators that spoke to the 3 referees on the court, the replay center official, the players involved, which may be the most important group. And at the end of the day, the investigators got with Kiki Vandeweghe, and a decision was made that this would be upgraded to a flagrant 2 with a fine with no suspension, and that was agreed to by the commission.
Joe, I have 2 questions for you. Number 1, who ultimately makes the final decision, the referees or the NBA? That's my first question.
On the court, the referees make the final decision as to what is going to happen in the game. Post-game, that final decision is made by Kiki Vandeweghe, Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations, with approval of Commissioner Adam Silver.
Second part of this question, I'm not a big fan of this transparency. Are you guys really just basically screwing the referees after games, telling what they did wrong? What purpose does that serve?
Well, Charles, over the course of years, people want to know, was a critical call correct? And in the past, the NBA was very selective on last play of the game that may have cost the team. So there was no criteria of when to do it, when not to do it. So when Adam came in, the decision was made that we have a formula now. And quite frankly, Charles, what it really shows is how good the referees are, especially in the last 2 minutes of the game. Needless to say, usually we're talking about incorrect decisions, but when you look at the body of work over the last 2 minutes, their numbers are outstanding. They're in the mid-90s of correct calls.
The question I have is, after seeing the Draymond Green play, and you got to see it in slow motion, 18 angles, if you had that knowledge as a referee, would you in the game had suspended him in the game, or do you think you would have just given him a technical foul in the game?
Well, on this play, you have some options, because you got to remember, there was a personal foul called. And I think what happened is Draymond tried to enhance the contact like many players do to make sure the officials saw the foul, that it would be called. And his enhancement was his leg going forward and unfortunately catching Adams in, the private part. So on the court, the officials come to replay. So really this happens after the personal foul. So their options would be a technical foul, a flagrant foul 1, or a flagrant foul 2. And after replay, they determined flagrant foul 1 was the best decision with the knowledge they had.
Was the reason the foul was upgraded to a flagrant foul 2 because of where he kicked him, the area he kicked him in? My question is, what if he would have kicked him in the knee or the ankle? Which penalty would he have received then?
I'm not sure. I'm not in those big decisions there. I'm not on the court, but clearly when the contact is above the shoulders to the head area or to the private parts, I think you have to think of an upgrade. So my guess would be if it was, to his leg or something, the flagrant foul 1 probably would have been sufficient.
All right, Joe Borgia, thank you very much for the explanations, and here's to a quiet night in Game 4 in the replay center.
Have a great game, fellas.
All right, thank you very much.